Requirement of finding a guarantor works against children from low-income families. The next PNP government will abolish altogether the requirement of finding a guarantor to access student loans.
Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Ann Isabel Rose. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks to the returning subscribers. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn the post notification bell on. Put it on all so you won't miss an upload from me. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. So in this one, my people, we're seeing where Mark Golden is happy that Nigel Clark will implement an idea he brought from 2021. As well as the PSOJ weighs in on the budget presentation by Nigel Clark. And Nigel explains why they did not double the income tax threshold. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Go over to my other platform, subscribe over there, get that channel to 1k for me, please, and thanks. So my people, yesterday in Nigel Clark's budget presentation, he made mention of, removing the guarantor from the Student Loan Bureau and offering grants to the first 4,200 students or beneficiaries who are approved.
We remove the requirement for guarantors to be provided for applicants who are wards of the state. Within the 12 months of that policy change, as I said last year, the number of wards of the state increased by 100% from 46 to 98. Last year, we lifted the requirement for guarantors for persons on path. For the last 12 months, the beneficiaries accessing student loan who are on path jumped from 192 the previous year to 547, and the year is not done yet. 185% increase. Come April 1st, there will be no guarantors required for student loan.
And so with that being said, Mark Golden, the leader of the opposition, says he is happy and pleased that they plan to go this route to ease, the whole heap of pressures and burden from students who borrow from the Student Loan Bureau. And he says, better late than never.
Requirement of finding a guarantor works against children from low-income families. The next PNP government will abolish altogether the requirement of finding a guarantor to access student loans. I spoke about tertiary education and the way in which it is financed and some of the issues that are facing our tertiary students. And we know that many of them coming out of the pandemic have been struggling to pay their student loans. And we said, give them a fresh start. We know that the Student Loan Bureau in its financial accounts have been making a provision each year. And over the last few years, it's up over $7 billion. And we're saying, give that back to the students who are in arrears. Write off the penalties. Write off the interest that has accrued. Give them a break. They deserve it and they need it. And we said, going forward, don't have a situation where any child in Jamaica is deprived of a student loan or is discouraged from applying because they can't find a suitable guarantor. We don't need that. The state must take that risk off of them. And we must get rid of this guarantor requirement for our students. We on this side have always seen education as the antidote to poverty. Tertiary education must be accessible to those who need it most. We will cap the student loan borrowers' loan payments at a manageable percentage of his or her income so that the state and not the student bears the risk of the economy generating adequate employment opportunities for young people. We will eliminate the requirement of a guarantor for a student to access a student loan across the board.
Right now in this segment, we see in the Finance Minister Nigel Clark, letting the Jamaican people understand or knows why they didn't double the income tax threshold as was, pronounced by the Prime Minister during the local government election campaign.
PNP people saying they are going to do 1.5. Because if you remember, when I came out and said we are going to do 1.5, every PNP to the man come out and cuss me and say it can't happen. Then cuss me and say it going wreck the economy. Then cuss me and say a voodoo economics, it can't work. We came in and we showed them how to do 1.5. Now all of a sudden they are converted to 1.5. All of a sudden them going around telling people about them will do 1.5. Jamaica, you cannot listen to people who have never done it before. The way I describe them is that they are hypocrites. They are hypocrites and tricksters. I know that all Jamaica knows that it is the Jamaica Labour Party that will deliver 1.5, 2.0. We will deliver the next version of 1.5. Have no fear, workers of Jamaica. It is the Jamaica Labour Party that understands how to increase your wages substantially and how to relieve you of taxes, not the PNP. Anytime you hear the PNP talk about tax, run away from them or run them away from you.
He explained that the country's fiscal rules limit the government's ability to do same, and that it could amount to billions and billions of dollars, and that, half of Jamaica wouldn't benefit from this doubled threshold.
We're not able to deliver the large increase in the threshold in one go for the reasons mentioned earlier. But, Madam Speaker, that doesn't mean that we can't do it little by little, step by step, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, in the context of everything else that we have announced, Madam Speaker, I'm announcing that effective April 2024, the income tax threshold on personal income tax will move from $1.5 million to $1.7 million, Madam Speaker. When you hear me talk about the threshold, I talk with costs, right? Increasing the threshold from 1.5 million to 2.1 million would cost approximately $23.6 billion. Improving the threshold, Madam Speaker, for 1.5 million to 2.5 million would cost approximately $34.6 billion. Increasing the income tax threshold from 1.5 million to 3 million, Madam Speaker, would cost over $45 billion. Now, Madam Speaker, these are huge, huge numbers. The FAA Act requires, meaning this upcoming fiscal year, 24-25, is the third year. And it requires that our expenditures, our revenues do not exceed our expenditures, which means that we don't borrow to pay interest. So, Madam Speaker, given the estimates of expenditure tabled in Parliament and the details announced so far today, which our projected revenues just about meet, it's not feasible to accommodate a net expenditure of these magnitude this year and still stick within the ambit of our laws. We'd have to think carefully about the distribution of who benefits. Because, Madam Speaker, it's important to recall that income tax threshold of 1.5 million is equivalent to $28,800 a week. Madam Speaker, Jamaica's per capita GDP at $7,000 US is approximately 1.1 million at prevailing exchange rate. So it shouldn't be a surprise that 70% of persons who are contributing to the system, either through statutories or otherwise, or approximately 450,000 Jamaicans on the tax database, have incomes below the income tax threshold and as a result do not pay any personal income tax. So spending $20 billion to $45 billion on a net basis to raise the threshold as per above would not benefit a single one of these Jamaicans on the lower end of the spectrum.
PSOJ weighed in on Nigel's presentation of the budget, and Mitri Siaga says the business community is grateful for the 9 consecutive fiscal years of no new taxes.
Normally we sit around the radio and listen to a budget debate to hear what new taxes are coming and to see how we're going to survive in our businesses. So to have no new taxes again is a great move. I was very happy that he increased the threshold from 1.5 to 1.7. He gave back something to the student at the Students' Loan Bureau. Unemployment insurance, I think, was a really big deal. When I see Nigel speak as the Minister of Finance, I am comforted by the fact that he is measured, he is reliable. It's just responsible, and I said tongue-in-cheek that it would be nice that whoever wins the next election, that Nigel Clark stays as the Minister of Finance.
Meanwhile, President of the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise MSME Alliance, Donovan Wignall, says the budget was well thought out, but adds that he was looking for more on low-income housing.
Went in there with the expectation of a little bit more, theatrics. It's just coming towards the election. I didn't say that, but what I saw was a well thought out budget. He hit most of the areas. It was housekeeping for the government, the public sector. For the private sector, we got a few things. He addressed a few issues. The one with the pensioners, I think that's a big one. That's something that I thought that was absolutely good. Unemployment insurance, that's another good one. I was looking for something on low income housing, which I didn't hear, and I hope that will be addressed sometime soon. That's one of the pain points that I think was missed.
So with that being said, my people, I want to know for way in the comment section to want to think of is overall budget presentation. Tell me what are some of the high points in it or low points, or what are some of the things that were basically the points that people were looking for. He spoke about some pain points that they were trying to remedy for the people. And so I want to hear from you, my viewers and subscribers, in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Run go over to my other platform, Instagram and Facebook, and follow me over there at Isabel Rose. Check out the YouTube store, make a purchase. It goes in support of the channel. Check out the YouTube membership. You get a lot of benefits by becoming a member. You can become a member by joining the membership right beside the subscribe button. It's only $5 per month for the ABR membership. We do notification shout out in each and every video. To be a part of that, all you have to do is be the first to like, comment, and subscribe, and you'll be featured in the following video to come. This notification shout out goes to Pat W as well as Arlene From. Big up to my sis. Thanks for the continued support from each and every subscriber. New viewers, come on board, journey with me, join the family. Subscribe to the channel, like up the video, share out the video, support the ABR movement by playing your part. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people, we can do it. Get this video for me to at least 2,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.